General quarters.
Here's our next game. So this is BOGGZDANOFF Gamers versus AMNGS. Alright, so let's take a look at the setups. We have Jay Frogger, this time in a Schlieffen. This is on Greece. Maid Nelson in the Salem. Nautilus in the Napoli, and then there's our bot Des Moines once again. BOGGZDANOFF won both games last match with a bot on Polar. Can they repeat that this time around? Let's take a look. Polar Bear Farts bringing a Kremlin, unique upgrade. Salem, a Galvis. Navy CB Pete is in a Napoli. Felix the Fox is in a Kleber. Okay, sorry, just communicating with chat for a second there. Early cap goes to AMNGS. As Radford in the Des Moines gets spotted. Alright, big thanks to Puddin597, my awesome moderator, for coming and taking care of all of our giveaways. Ooh, Navy CB Pete, gotta be careful with that Napoli. Nautilus is about to go into A, but holds tight as... Look at the hero bot, Radford, popping his radar, detecting Felix the Fox. Gonna take a torpedo for it. Go, little bot, go! Radford's actually managed to survive for quite some time. Maybe CB Pete does go ahead and smoke up in his Napoli, but he is still detected on that Des Moines radar. Radar down, he's still detected. He must have fired his primaries. Yep. Smoke fire penalty is a thing in this game. And Navy CB Pete's not going to be able to use that smoke to maneuver, really, because he keeps shooting. So far this tournament, we haven't seen Napoli utilizing that smoke, I guess you could say, properly. And, you know, every Napoli we've seen so far really just opens fire and gets detected through their smoke. Gotta work on that trigger discipline. Well, now Schlieffen can just W. Actually, Navy sits broadside, so that happened. Not quite sure what the decision was for that. And then, ooh, Nautilus goes down, trying to make a hero play on this Salem. He is going to get a couple of torpedoes into him, and combined with Maid Nelson, Salem is going to go down. Just like that, both teams have lost 2 ships. Technically, lead is for AMNGS. Schlieffen takes a bit of a pounding from that Kremlin. But all he really has to do is just walk at the Kremlin, keep in secondary range, keep turning, you know, to angle his armor and that sort of thing whenever the Kremlin fires. And he can absolutely win this engagement. Also, I would be shooting HE at the Kremlin right here. Showing a little too much side there. He didn't even turn in. I think he's moving a little bit too slow. And that's going to allow the Kremlin, you can see right there, the Kremlin's just going to duck behind cover. Kremlin does DCP, though, and does initiate a heal. And he's going to go into a position waiting for that Schlieffen to come around that corner. If the Schlieffen doesn't come around properly, he could absolutely get wiped out. Felix the Fox now is going to try to make a play happen. Comes out hoping to see the Salem next to it, but Salem's backed off. And made Nelson in a brilliant position now. He's not able to get the kill. Let's see if he gets the dodges. He's fine. Now his radar is up in 3 seconds. Felix the Fox is most likely going to go behind the island here, so even if he is radared, it doesn't matter. And we're about to see the Schlieffen come around the corner. Now, he's got his Hydro on, so at least he knows the orientation of Polar Bear Farts' Kremlin. That's huge. That is absolutely huge. There's the Salem radar. Doesn't catch Felix. Now, Nelson's got to be careful. If he pulls out in front of this Kremlin, or the Kremlin decides to just hit W, that's going to be it for the Salem. Polar Bear is too busy looking at this Schlieffen that is not interested in pushing. Which is weird, but okay. That's going to allow Maid Nelson to get into the cap. Now he's detected. And Polar Bear, I think, is going to realize what he could have done a minute or two ago. Here comes the shot. Decent hits. Could have been a lot worse. Felix now shooting from long range with his Kleber as well. It's absolutely time for Frogger to start moving. Next salvo comes in. That one hurt a lot more. Wow. Maid Nelson has a heal available in 50 seconds. Schlieffen coming right up Polar Bear Farts' butt. Launching the torps and everything. Doing the best that he can to try to do damage to this Kremlin. Shooting AP though. Honestly, I'd still be shooting HE here. Does he get the kill on the Salem? No. Almost. Maid Nelson at 4,000 hit points. Some of you guys might have missed it. There was a game where Nelson survived with like 500. It was crazy. And then managed to heal. This Kremlin is getting whittled down, but I'll tell you, I think the Salem is dead here. Yep. Kremlin takes him out, but does go down himself. So now, Frogger needs to... Well, yeah, he needs to get into the A-cap. And he needs to kill his Kleber. Because technically this game is over in 5 minutes and 13 seconds.
Battle ends in 5 minutes.
Now, Frogger's detected. Felix is not. Felix has to think about how he's going to approach this very carefully. The Schlieffen's Hydro is down. Remember, he used that Hydro to figure out when to go around that corner. So, can Felix YOLO charge him? Frogger going behind this island, though, is going to allow Felix to get into the cap, at least stall the point gain. And then it could turn into a game of Ring Around the Island. Frogger wisely choosing to sail away from the island. Obviously, doesn't want to go down to some lucky Kleber YOLO. There it is. Felix goes into the cap. That stalls the points. Technically, that means unless Frogger can get this kill, AMNGS is going to win. So now the problem is, because Frogger's got his Hydro up, Felix has to decide, think about which way that Schlieffen's going to come. And I'll tell you what, sitting right there isn't going to work, because it's going to allow Frogger to make a decision and just back up and shoot him. So he absolutely needs to just pick a side and pray that he's on the right side. He's not doing that, though. He's going to come out, and this probably will end him shortly. Maybe. He's got the torpedoes off. Gets the torpedoes off, he crashes the island. Oh, that was weird. Obviously, Frogger's got his Hydro on, so those torpedoes will not hit. But they do what they needed to do. It backs off the Schlieffen. Now Schlieffen's got Hydro on for about another minute. And we're just sitting here in this standoff again. Two minutes to go. Guys, this would be absolutely ridiculous if Frogger's unable to get this kill in a minute and 40. Felix is trying to turn his ship around a little bit. Aha. That would be why. He's guessing. But he knows he's on Hydro, so Frogger obviously doesn't have to worry too much, but he's going to try again. There's the shells. Miss! 1 minute and 10 seconds to go. Frogger's going to take all three of these torpedoes. Oh! What a valiant try by this Kleber. If only he had both racks available. Oh my god, that was a... Wow. Alright, well, congratulations to BOGGZDANOFF gamers for once again winning with a bot on their team. Wow. Let's go back to the tournament page. So here's our next battle. This time we have flip sides, so AMNGS is on Team Green.
Action stations.
And they have with them Kremlin, Napoli, Marseille, and Salem. Felix changing out of that Kremlin, instead of the out of the Kleber, instead going for the Marseille. Polar Bear Farts, still using that unique upgrade for the Kremlin. Let's take a look at the other side here. Team BOGGZDANOFF Gamers bringing with them a Schlieffen. Same build as before. There's that bot Des Moines again. Nautilus with the Napoli. And Maid Nelson with the Salem. I'll tell you what, these guys have found a way to make this to make this work, which is crazy. Absolutely crazy. Let's see if I can't figure out what's up with this clan tag box. Because it should be scaling the text. There it goes. Ah, that would be why. Okay. Got it figured out. So I'm going to make the same transform setup over here. Turn off wrap. Center, center. Turn off custom. Apologies for this, guys. It's being annoying. Annoying is say the least, you know? Let's see, 350. Come on. Positional alignment. Bounding box. Stretch to width of bounds. Center, center. $50 by 80. There we go. Alright, we got this figured out. Meanwhile, Hipper has managed to grab the C-cap with Frogger's Schlieffen. Salem and Napoli have grabbed the B-cap for Team AMNGS. And Felix the Fox is currently going on an adventure around the other side of the map as the bot Hipper goes down. Not as much use of the radar this game. Salem's radar goes up. Felix has now been detected, so Nautilus looking to get some hits on this Marseille. Felix just YOLOing straight to the A cap. Nautilus should get the cap unless, yeah, I don't think there's any way not to. Unless he drops out right now. There he goes. He does come up on Hydro though. He's got to be very careful how he approaches this, because if the Marseille's got AP in the barrels, this could absolutely hurt. Felix using the reload booster, probably changing to AP. He probably had HE. Yep, he had HE in the barrels. And those shells hit, but it looked like they were a little behind. I think Felix might have been a little bit excited about this shot. That shot was much better aimed. Nautilus taking a lot of hits in that Napoli, which is known for really good side armor. Secondary is going off. Tell you what, Nautilus is actually kind of winning this engagement, which is pretty wild. Then again, Polar Bear Farts' Kremlin just says, hey, leave my friend alone. Wow. Maid Nelson with that Salem. Coming in clutch. Look at these shots. He arced him over this island. Now, he's been taking some hits from Galvis because of that. But I really like the team play there. That, I think, was a really good decision. Good call. Focus on getting that kill first and saving his buddy in the Napoli. Napoli's got that heal. Both front turrets now disabled. DCP is down. Are we going to get a perma? We did. No. They're still up. They're still available. Wow, Nelson is very lucky. Very lucky that Galvs did not push with that Salem. Radar going up to see what he's doing. And just like that, the turrets are back. But quite low hit points on those turrets. As you can see, Nautilus is currently healing. So he's going to get back into this fight, and that's huge because, well, it's 3-on-3 now. Oh, but Polar Bear Farts is going to just do this. Oh, yeah. Caught that just at the last second. As the Schlieffen is in a kiting away position, I find that kind of odd. I would think you'd want to be more advancing on the Kremlin just so that he can't ignore Frogger, but I'll tell you what, doesn't matter. Look at all these torpedoes coming in from the Schlieffen. It's going to take 6 torpedoes from the Schlieffen. He does kill Maid Nelson, but he going down. Just a matter of time. Napoli's guns should be getting in on this too. Goes down. Napoli is shooting Galvus' Salem. And just like that, we're tied up again, 2-2. Although I would probably give a slight edge to the Schlieffen. Oh, AP coming in from Nautilus Napoli. And now there's only one ship left from Team AMNGS. Navy CB Pete. Smoking up. Trying to get into the B cap. Maybe he can save a star. He does get a fire on Frogger, though. But this is I don't see an easy way back in for Team AMNGS. I think his smoke... Yes, the smoke has expired. But Frogger is so far away, Pete's able to get that cap. Good trigger discipline by Pete, not opening up. He sees not... I say that as he opens up. He sees Nautilus, but the problem is, by opening up, now he's kind of forced to show broadside to one of these two ships. Nautilus also smokes, and notice how he's not shooting his guns. This is the proper way to play the Napoli. And he's able to do that because Navy CB Pete is using his guns. If Navy CB Pete was quiet, this trick wouldn't work, aside from that spotter, that fighter that's up. For another 10 seconds or so, Nautilus is going to get free secondary hits. And he's going to move into a closer position. Nautilus is going... Nope, he's not going broadside. But he's taking advantage of CB Pete's broadside. Look at that hit. And then we're going to see the torpedoes to end him right here. And that'll be GG. Ta-da! Congratulations once again to BOGGZDANOFF gamers for once again going 2-0 with a bot on their team. How is that for a flex, my guys? Outstanding play right there, guys. Alright, so here's what we're going to do.